Alright, what's up everyone, Mekkah here, and with the release of a new Fire Emblem game, we get new articles that try their best to optimize their search engine optimization and write terrible articles. And this is one I've gotten linked to a couple of times already. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes Best Weapons. As always, written by someone who hasn't played the game. Let's see how many words they can write before it becomes plainly obvious that they have not played this game. Let's see. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes is all about hacking, slashing, and deadly combat. So far, I think they might have watched the trailer. To proceed further in the game, players must deal with several enemies and participate in many regional battles. However, to successfully do so, they must also be in possession of some of the best weapon in the game. In this Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes guide, we will walk you through the best weapons from each category and list why they should be your pick. So they know the game, they know their weapons, they're gonna tell you the best weapons. In Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, players have a total of 6 different kinds of weapons. Each has its own functions and attributes. I'll check this out later because it's actually on a different article that we'll need. That contributes to your combat performance and its success. Therefore, it is almost crucial for the players to look through each weapon and choose which one will suit their play style the most. After analyzing all the weapons and their performance in different battles and side quests below, we have selected the best weapons from each of the 6 available weapon categories in Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes to make your selection process less stressful and more efficient. They said it, they have played the game. Let's see what they came up with. Best swords. The following are the 2 best swords players can choose. That's a fine sentence. Can choose while playing Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Please find our article while searching Fire Emblem 3 Hopes on Google. Sword of Zoltan. Spoiler alert, there's actually no spoilers here, don't worry. Anything Zoltan will be your best friend while participating in different combats and encountering various enemies. Sword of Zoltan is our first sword pick for you. We say it's the best sword in Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes because it checks off every yes box for us. Yes, 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 yes! You'll be able to acquire this sword in +10 form, and it has 150 might and 145 durability. It has a total of 25 uses, giving you enough room to play and experiment with this weapon. Right, so it has 145 durability with only 25 uses. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. These are not the same thing or anything. These are different stats. Haven't you played the game? Come on. Now, if you thought this is bad, don't worry, it gets worse. Don't worry. Of course it gets worse. Why else would it be in a video like this? It enables players to crush their enemies and provides massive damage with its 90% hit rate. Moreover, it has decent durability that will ensure you perform well during battles without being afraid of it bringing down your performance. 90% hit rate and decent durability that will ensure you perform well without, It also has a viable range. I don't know what range it has a viable range, enabling players to get close to enemies and strike them apart. Now, before we continue, I want to focus on this part for a bit. It has a 90% hit rate, so when you're walking around in this action, what do we even call it, action game, I guess, a hack and slash game, you're using a sword that has a 90% hit rate. What does that mean? I didn't understand it either, so I checked this other article out, and this is an article that I'm not going to read in full. But this weapon explains stats in Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. It explains every single one of them in detail, in a way that only this website can. And they go over unit stats, but they also go over weapon stats. And the interesting part is, it has 4 different stats. It has might, durability, increased might, and increased durability. That's it. There is no hit chance, there is no number of uses, nothing. According to their own website. So, where do you get this hit chance from? Or even this range thing? I don't know. But it gets worse. Don't worry, because the next sword, the next weapon that they want to put the spotlight on, is of course the one and only iconic Fire Emblem Sword. The Fire Emblem Sword. I love the Fire Emblem Sword personally. It's my favorite, along with the Zelda gun and the Link sword and the Mario ball. Let's see what they have to say about the Fire Emblem Sword. Our second best pick for you is the Fire Emblem Sword. Although we believe nothing tops Sword of Zoltan, you can still pick the Fire Emblem Sword as it performs surprisingly good as well. It has a whopping 30 uses, making it a reliable sword for its users. Moreover, it has about 11 might, which makes it powerful and gives it the ability to tackle tank bosses in the game. For your information, later on they're gonna have a weapon with like 130 might or whatever, and they also say that's like really good might, so which is it? It also has an 80% hit chance, which makes it again the best performing sword against enemies. And it also has a 10 base crit and 1 base. It has a 10% base crit and 1 base something. So if Sword of Zoltan is not your style, you should definitely equip yourself with this bad boy, yeah, because, you know, why would you want 150 might and 145 durability if you can have 11 might? You know, it depends on your playstyle, I guess. Alright, best lances. Following are the best 2 lances players can choose while playing FEW 3H. Please find our article in the search engines, I beg you, we have ads to pay. Arrow of Indra. There is no surprise Arrow of Indra makes the cut for the best lance. It is hands down one of the best lance options you can equip yourself with. Even if your character's magic abilities are a bit compromised, this will still perform well for you. It has one of the best might and durability stats out of all the lances in the game. What are these stats? I have no idea. The article doesn't tell me. In addition, it's accompanied by the Lightning Crash ability. Not the Lightning Crash ability, just it's accompanied by Lightning Crash ability. That's a person, I think. Which are produced when a strong attack is produced using this weapon. It is a 2-in-1 weapon, and we recommend this highly for players who are fond of lances. I love lance. Also, of course, the Lance of Zoltan. Zoltan is back on the list. If you pull this bad boy out in the middle of battle, not, you know, in the prep screen, but, you know, you during the battle you walk back to your convoy somehow, and you pull this out, you best believe it will wipe away all your enemies, leaving you in disbelief. It is a killer lance, not capitalized. It's not an actual killer lance like a plus 30 crit. It's a really good lance with an A rating indicating its strength. Yeah, it's rated A for awesome. You can use this lance for about 20 uses, which is not too bad and decent in comparison to other lances. Moreover, it has 15 might and an 80% hit chance, guaranteeing your absolute dubs if used correctly. It is also a lightweight weapon, so there won't be much weight added to your character, and your mobility will remain uncompromised. How good can it get? This is one of the best and ideal lances if you're on the lookout for which one to get. In case you didn't know, this article is about which weapons you want to put on your characters. That wasn't made clear yet, so they just reiterate that a little bit with different phrasing. I love Zoltan. He's one of my favorite characters in Fire Emblem. He gets the best weapons. He makes the best weapons. Next is the axes. Best axes. Following are the 2 best axes players can choose while playing FEW 3H. Axe of Zoltan, and we cross our path with Zoltan yet again. Iconic character. This time in the form of an axe, of course. As mentioned before, anything Zoltan should be your first choice. These weapons perform the best and will keep you safe in a balanced state against your enemies. It will mince up your enemies. We went too graphic, but the emphasis must be placed on how good it is. It is an A-ranked axe and it has 20 uses. Anything 20 or above is a reliable weapon, leaving enough room to combat and practice strategies for its users. It has a 70% hit chance, which is great for an axe, and 17 might. Overall, a good choice for players who are confused about what axe to equip. I'm so confused. I guess I'll go with good old Zoltan. Can't go wrong. We got a cross path with Zoltan once again. I can't get over this. In case it isn't clear, I think what they did is they googled or they scraped like weapon information from both Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes and the original 3 houses and just kind of mashed them into one article and then hope that no one would notice, which of course anyone who has played either game will, but the point is to get clicks. Anyway, next one. Brave Axe. Just as the name sounds, this axe is brave enough to whack those enemies. If you're aware of the weapon tier system, you may already know that brave tier weapons are one of the best weapons. Hence why we have the Brave Axe on our list. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't played 3 Hopes all the way to the end, so I don't know if we actually get brave weapons in that game at all. I'm only on like up to C rank weapons, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they were not in the game. I'm not gonna look it up. I don't want to get spoiled, but Lamau. It provides decent balance of durability and might, which lets players deal with enemies and provide them deadly damage without worrying about the weapon giving up on them. In addition, it has a whopping 50 uses, making it an absolute winner in the axe category. Nothing to add there. That's brilliant writing right there. I'm so happy they found so many different ways to write the exact same thing. Best bows. Following are the two best bows players can choose while playing Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Bow of Zoltan. Don't ask why, you know why we're back with another weapon variation of Zoltan. Ah yes, Zoltan, my favorite variation. Bow of Zoltan is another killer in the Zoltan category. The 13 might and 70% hit chances are just incredible. You can't go wrong with this weapon as it heavily backs you against massive enemies on the battlefield. Moreover, what makes it an even better choice is what it contributes to increasing dexterity and critical damage, which will again help you a lot with unfavorable encounters. The next one is funny, the Tathlon Bow. I had to look this up, but you get this one in Azure Moon, like not in 3 Hopes of course, at least I think not. You get it in 3 Houses. You get it in the final chapter only, for like, so you have it for like maybe a couple turns. Our second favorite on the list is the Tathlon Bow. It is also ranked A and has incredible damage output. It performs just as well as the other top suggested, a variant of bows, with great stats, 13 might, 80% hits, and dealing bonus damage to flying units. We think it's the best pick for you, personally. We went through all the bows, and we looked at your player profile and your play style, and the amount of like tank bosses you face. We decided this is the best pick for you. Only for you though. Your friend will probably have different preferences in this regard. Moreover, it has 30 uses, which add more to why it's an ideal choice. I don't know what uses are though. I'm trying to skirt around that a little bit. But 30 uses is good. Anything over 20 is really good. You gotta have those uses. You don't want the weapon to give up on you. Best gauntlets. Following are the 2 best gauntlets player can use while playing Fire Emblem Warriors FEW 3 Hopes. This is another different variant of writing that. Probably going to be the Fire Emblem Gauntlet and the Infinity Gauntlet. Those are my 2 favorite gauntlets personally. Dragon Claws. For gauntlets, we prefer Dragon Claws to be the first on our list. Not only does it provide a cool exterior aesthetic to the character that equips it, but it will also break jaws. It has a 75% hit with a 5% crit rate. Alongside it has 30 uses, making it a reliable weapon to take while going to battles, as opposed to going to a party. Although the aesthetic will help with that too. Aura Knuckles. If you're equipped with Aura Knuckles, you don't even have to worry about being equipped with other weapons, because that's possible in Fire Emblem Warriors 3H. It is a perfect choice for players that it has 30 uses that allow you to bring tough and endgame types of fights. It has 30 uses that allow you to bring tough and endgame types of fights, and it has 70% hit chance. Okay, although 3 might is a very low stat for this weapon, the hit chance rate makes it a minor and invisible inconvenience. So we have weapons ranging from 3 might to 100 something, but you can barely tell. It's okay guys, it's okay, you won't be able to tell. Best tomes. Following are the 2 best tomes players can choose while playing FEW 2 points 3H dot. Hero Tome. One of the absolute best tomes players can equip themselves with. It has an S ranking and will turn your enemy into ashes. It is an insanely good choice for players to go for. With 480 to 720 might, this one varies, probably according to your playstyle. This has to be an endgame weapon for the players, yeah. They saw the stat and they said, this has to be an endgame weapon for the players, for the gamers. Relying on it while combat will ensure... Can they write, please? Relying on it while combat will ensure you an absolute win. Winning. Finally, we have the Brave Tome, the second best and A ranking tome in the game. I can't with their sentences, man. You can kill any enemy anytime you like with its incredible 160 plus might and promising durability. Not just like 80 or 40 or 20, they have promising durability. This is an excellent choice for magic users in Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. That's it. That's the whole article. They have some related topic here. I won't dox the author because these are just underpaid idiots that have no choice but to write this apparently. But damn. Fuck your website. I personally love my article. This article about Omega Force. I thought it was great. But yeah, they did a very good job of making this as unconvincing as possible. I'm very glad to get all this advice from someone who's never touched this game. It's not gonna top Recover as the best weapon in 3 Houses. I think they might have realized they went a bit too far there. Yeah, this is the best article for optimizing your search engine optimization in Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes search results. By far. I love the Fire Emblem sword.